States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call this meeting to order. If there is anyone present who has completed the registration to address the board paperwork and would like to offer public comment on any item or items on today's agenda, please step forward when your name is called. Seeing and hearing none, I would entertain a motion for the consent agenda.
Mr. President, I move to approve agenda items 4.1 to 4.4, which includes the minutes from the July 28, 2025 board meeting, monthly claims, personnel, extracurricular, field trips, facilities usage, contributions, gifts, and superintendent stipends as presented. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor to approve agenda item 4.1 to 4.4 as presented signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same.
Mr. President, can I ask one question on, like, the garden grant?
The what grant?
The garden grant?
Oh, garden, yes.
So, who is our community partner with that? Do you know?
Well, Andrew Showers works with who else? He's got the seeds from Purdue Extension has worked with them. They've got the seeds from when they did the seed library thing at the library. And then didn't you do something with Bonnie Plants as well?
I don't know.
There have been multiple partners, but
Okay.
what, anything in particular?
No, I actually looked up the application and kind of looked through and it mentioned having a community partner, and I'm just kind of
Right,
curious.
and I can't tell you on the grant exactly what that would be.
No, I've not reviewed that.
I just know that lots of people have been interested in wanting to support it, so.
And then are they doing anything in collaboration with the FFA or BOAG, or is this?
I know the other day I was in our fax room because there are gremlins tearing apart our washer, and we've got fresh basil in there that is out there. So the idea is they're interfacing with our fax to provide some of the herbs and the pieces that they'll cook with and use.
And they're doing a project with 4th grade, aren't they, at Pleasant Hill?
Yes, they had wanted to do it in the spring, and what didn't work out, so they're planning on doing it this year.
Yeah, I think that's,
We'll go over and they'll teach the kids some things that have to do with gardening and so forth. Okay.
I know our food service director, Lauren, is really looking forward to doing some things, and I'm glad to hear the fax thing is already happening, because now that I know there's basil over there, I remember this too.
I just thought it was interesting because I was in a conversation last week with the director of the Indiana State Ag, and he had mentioned getting schools to do more garden type projects, but they thought your growing season's through the summer when kids aren't here, and that kind of being an obstacle on.
Well, so Andrew Showers was here with different students, and in one case, student and his grandma, consistently throughout the summer. So if you go to Gun, they've got a log. You can see who's kind of coming in, who's doing the watering, and then kind of tending to it. So he was there. I asked his wife how often she was there. She was, "That's my husband's project. That's on him."
But I'd love to see, I think we started to do something in the STEM room, and I don't know if that's continued, but a lot of schools are putting in like a microgreen type of thing where they use the ultraviolet lighting and things like that, and I'm interested in that too, but I'm happy with the garden. That one kind of happened on its own with Andrew's interest.
Yeah,
Just get started.
I
Washington for gas lines, exactly. Yeah. So some of those unexpected things.
Sorry about that, Mr. President.
I apologize for not asking if there was any discussion. I will do better next time. All those in favor to approve agenda item 4.1 to 4.4 as presented signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same. Motion carries. Dr. Moran.
Well, I'm super disappointed that the paper's not here tonight because I want our elementary principals to please stand. Come on. And then, I mean, you've seen their iRead3 results. They are fantastic. And that did not happen on its own. It happened with a lot of hard work. So I'm going to put you on the spot first, Mrs. Mosley. We may not see another 100% pass rate again, so we're gonna revel in this one. What do you attribute to achieving that? Because it's really difficult when you have,
Absolutely. I think for us, one, we tightened up our core instruction, which is what happens, our main instruction, and then last year we restructured how what we refer to as tier 2 works, and that what we call it as of this year is what I need time. So every student, regardless of who they are, receives 30 minutes 5 times a week of instruction based off of their data and their scores in regards to what they need when it comes to literacy. So it made a big difference.
do you think your involvement in the literacy cadre was helpful?
I do. I think, one, just having a network of other people in other buildings, other coaches and so forth, along with the workshops and having our own coach that works with us. And we track data differently. So I think all of those pieces together made a difference.
Okay. So what about you, Mrs. Gephardt?
Well, this particular cohort for us is a really large cohort. So this is 66 kids in 3rd grade last year, moving on into 4th grade this year. I think some of the same things. I think the tier 2 instruction, looking at their data, understanding where the kids are. We also, what I want to say in this group, it has a very large, I don't want to say this, a larger population of special education students because it's such a big cohort. And, we had some great successes of kids that have a significant amount of our special education students passed. So that's a great thing moving forward because now we know in legislation these students that are not passing have to continue to take this test every year until they pass it. So we worked really hard on it. So thank you.
That's exciting, and she also has the abundance of students whose first language is not English.
Yes.
And so those two subgroups are ones that have the most challenges to pass, and you had an excellent pass rate, so really good job. All right, Mrs. McCoy, tell us what's your secret to success.
Well, I would say that our teachers have really embraced understanding all of the science of reading research, and a lot of professional development we've done with our staff has changed the practices we're using in the classroom. And so, like Mrs. Mosley said, all that data-driven instruction is, every decision we're making, we're putting something in place, we're watching that data, and if we're not getting the results we want, then we're making a change in what we're doing and trying something different. So, in fact, even this year, we're trying some new fluency activities that we hadn't done last year, because we have 2 kids that didn't pass IRE, and we're like, we could have got those 2 kids. So how do we figure that out? So we're trying some new activities this year. We just actually did PD after school today with our 2nd and 3rd grade. So we're going to try some new things and see if we get some different results too. So excited to try something new.
Percentages tell one story, but then when you hear it's just 2 students, it's like, okay, we can do that. We can get those kids. So I think they're due a round of applause. I know it's been a lot of hard work. I've heard some of the conversations, I've heard recounts of some of the conversations, but those came out this year and I was just ecstatic because we got to lift you up when we can, and things like that occur. That's one thing the state got right, was the science of reading. Let the record show. I documented that. Next up on our agenda is I need to ask for your approval of the health and wellness grant proposal to the Community Foundation. We annually do this to provide CPR training for staff, mental health vouchers for students, dental or doctor appointment or medication needs. And the Community Foundation has been very generous to all 3 districts in giving from that fund. So this year, Mrs. Swank is asking, or included in her proposal, a request for $11,514.24.
Mr. President, I move to approve agenda item 5.2 for the Montgomery County Community Foundation Health and Wellness Grant proposal in the amount of $11,514.24 as presented.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor to approve agenda item 5.2 as presented signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same. Motion carries.
Next up is a resolution to establish a supplemental payment. What does that mean? That means it's any payment made to a teacher outside of the teacher's contract. I'm a little puzzled why we need a resolution when we already have a policy that does this, but we follow the rules. So it's basically saying that when we go to the bargaining table, that we know that there are going to be stipends paid for different things, such as professional development during the summertime, any extra work, like a middle school language arts department that needs to work on curriculum adoption and updating their alignment of their maps, things like that. So it gives us the authority to say we're going to hold back some funds so that we still have items to bargain with. These supplemental payments are not bargainable, but we're always going to talk to our Teachers Association when we have wide sweeping things like the special education teach training in July. That was a lot of money. That was mostly grant money, but still it was money that we spent. So I would include then Mrs. Obby in at the time, because Mrs. Rogers is now our co-president instead of Mrs. Bell this year. So you'll be seeing her at some of the meetings. She didn't just take a sudden interest in board meetings. She's here in official capacity. So really it's just a resolution saying that we have the authority to make supplemental payments and that we've discussed it with our association.
Mr. President, I move to approve agenda item 5.3 to approve the resolution to establishing the supplemental payment as presented.
Been moved in second. Any discussion?
Is there a dollar amount cap that this pertains to, or is it just whatever the superintendent feels?
The policy does say at the superintendent's discretion, but it also says in the academic needs of students. So these aren't things like coaching stipends beyond the contract. They aren't meant for that. They have to be they have to relate to the student need. So.
Question.
Questions have been called. All those in favor to approve agenda item 5.3 as presented signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same. Motion carries. Mrs. Nice, I believe you're up.
That's my turn again. I would like to ask the board for approval to advertise the 2026 budget advertisement for all funds as presented.
Mr. President, I move to approve agenda item 5.5 for the 2026 budget advertisement for all funds as presented. Second.
It has been moved in second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor to approve agenda item 5.5 as presented signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same. Advertise the budget. Dr. Tharp.
Yep, next, just a quick update on the infamous solar field at Pleasant Hill Elementary. It is in working order as we speak. It has been for probably the last 3 or 4 weeks. We've been working with Performance Services on a number to rebate us what was lost, and we've come to a pretty good number. Pretty excited about that. They were able to take what Sommer has been able to produce in this time span, compare it, and then that's what they're going to provide us in funds. So we're working on that to get a payment schedule set up with them. But overall, re-engineered, things seem to be in working order, and we're grateful that Performance Services followed through.
How long are you thinking it gives them to pay that back?
2 weeks.
That's what
It's told us.
Steve
So,
just emailed tonight.
Do you have a dollar amount?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's $54,808.
We did verify, and Katie came in and we looked at usage at Sommer, usage at Pleasant Hill, and the amount, the difference. And these amounts are right on where it was like $36 at Sommer for their month. It was $3,000 to $5,000, and so I think this is more than fair. He didn't try to skin us out of any money, so I'm happy about that.
I'm just grateful they held true to their word, and that's something I can respect. And yeah, moving forward, so grateful.
In the project as a whole was all warranty, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
And lastly,
Dr. Moran.
we have a proposal here that Mrs. Vanscoy worked on for the high school. It's a grant through the Drug-Free Montgomery County initiative through the opioid settlement. and it will create a course for synthetic vaping, right? It's not really what it boils down to. I can't remember what START or SMART stands for, but synthetic something or other. But anyway, this group has had some great success in West Lafayette that would come in and work with our students who have been offenders of such thing, and also do some precautionary or some preventative work too. They have other things that they offer as well, so this grant will be a nice way to see what they have to offer, and we may be able to do some more work with them at a later date. So asking you to approve the grant in the amount of $8,890.
Mr. President, I move to approve agenda item 6.1 for the approval of drug-free Montgomery County grant in the amount of $8,890 as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor to approve agenda item 6.1 signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same. Motion carries. By golly. Getting on into that, we'll get started. Mrs. Rogers, anything you want to add from the NMTA?
Not at this time, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Guthrie.
Let's see here. First off, kudos to our elementary principals, teachers, everyone that worked on that. I got the opportunity to have a third grader last year. Kind of get to see some of that. It's just, it's impressive. Maybe a board meeting ahead of it, but I figure we may as well mention it since we approved the field trip. Got our FFA going to World Dairy Expo in Madison, Wisconsin for the FFA Dairy Judging Team. Really excited for Katie Ireland and Nancy Bell to get a chance to go take them out there and do that. So that'll be coming up here at the end of September. Tailgates are back, so we'll be doing that this Friday. We're really excited to do that. Really appreciate Hope Schrader and everything she does with my last minute requests and putting up with those things, because that's truly what they are. At the high school, we've really been focusing on our department goals. We've now established quarterly department goals for all of our departments, as we will be managing and monitoring that and how we're moving towards achieving those successes that we hope to achieve. We met today with our Reckon visit, Dr. Moran, Dr. Thought, Brooke Van Scoik, and I, as we begin looking at exploring and expanding our dual college credit opportunities, as well as finding more and more pathways and avenues to increase our infrastructure so that we're getting more kids earning their Indiana College Corp. Let's see here. From there, we got the exciting accountability webinar last week, and we're digging in and figuring it all out. And thankfully, the state will let us know on January 1 how we'll be graded this year, so that's exciting. And then September 4th, we've got our annual senior trip to Camp Rodeo. Really excited to kick things off with that. And then high school open house. September 5th at 5:30, the principal found a way to make sure that the open house happens while he's out cooking food, so it's a good situation.
Good man. Mr. Moore.
It's been a good start. A lot of the projects that happened, all the paintings, some of the things we did in our D hallway, get some pictures of the kids' activities, so as parents come in, they can kind of see a lot of stuff the kids are involved in. Some of those projects turned out really well, which is nice, and Elizabeth Weldon did a great job of getting the building ready for school. Ticked off all our school safety stuff, drills, first round of drills have gone pretty well. Kids have responded. We're in kind of year 2 of re-implementing the standard response protocol, but the kids are starting to become ingrained with it, and that's a good thing. Fall sports are doing really well, a lot of high level participation. I'd say an increase from last year, which is always great. Open house was a success for us. Which was good to see some folks in the building, and then, as John said, letter grades and what we can do with it. Appreciate he and Brooke Van Scoik made some time last week to sit down as we're looking at. There's lots of intricacies to it, and high school credits, and when you take classes, and what you can call things. So they've got a little different expertise on how that all intertwines from that 6th grade to 12th grade. So we got some headway. I think we're in front of some things, so it's always good to work with them.
It'd be such a difficult process if we didn't work well with middle school. It's already going to be difficult, but really appreciate having Mary.
Thank you. Mrs. McCoy.
Our year has been off to a great start as well. We've got our intervention groups are started. We're doing our first round of big data meetings to look and see if there's any new data we've collected so far this school year that just gives us some good starting points of where our students are at. And then I kind of want to give a little plug to an idea that started with Dr. Tharp earlier this year as we were talking about our great iRead pass rates. We really wanted to make sure that our community was getting involved in our district push to increase our students' literacy skills. And so we're excited that our 3 elementaries have partnered up, and on September 19th, we are doing Friday night lights and literacy before the home football game from 6 to 7. So we're using our one of our Title I events that we do every year. We're going to be sponsoring a bunch of tailgating activities for students and their families to come and learn some things that they can do at home to help develop their literacy skills. The Linden Library is going to be there helping people get signed up for library cards if they would like to do that. We're doing some games and activities. And then people that participate in that, students and their families will be admitted into the football game that night for free. So we're trying to get all of our elementary folks out there. And then at some point during the game, we're going to get all the North staff out on the field to make a tunnel and recognize all those students that participated and their families as well, to let them know while we're competing against WeVote for football that night. We also want to say that in Montgomery County, academics are important to us as well. So we're going to have, if it's not gone out yet, I know it's coming out soon. I think Mrs. Thompson will be pushing some stuff out on social media. But first time we've done something like that at a sporting event, but we're excited. We're hoping to make it work for football and then maybe give it a try again at basketball time and see if we can do another round. So.
Awesome. Mrs. Mosley.
A lot of the same things that Chris said. We're excited about the literacy night, and we've had a great start. I think the consensus around my building, everybody, whether you're staff, parent, student, is that this has probably been the smoothest, easiest start that we've had in years. And I don't know if it's because we're building on the momentum that we ended the year with and just the excitement about, you know, our literacy and so forth, but you know, we've been delving into the new curriculum that we're using with OpenPort and learning that and understanding it. I will tell you that the students have been very excited about some of the texts that we're using, and it's encouraging. So that's a fun thing that we're doing, and we're just off to a good start. Yeah.
Mrs. Gephardt.
I would say the same. I would say that our teachers are coming in excited about the new reading curriculum and talking about it. We've gone through our first data meetings, collecting some of that progress monitoring that you do right at the beginning of the year. So like we literally are like starting off just like we ended. Like there was no 10 weeks off. And I think all the activities are starting. So for us, Orc Ensemble starts this week. I mean, there's lots of things that are kicking off. It's like layers of how you start. You know, everything, you start slow and then everything picks up. We do have one thing coming to summer thanks to the Waytown Fish Fry. The Final Four Band Jam is coming on the 12th. They partnered with us because they're coming to the Waytown Fish Fry, so they wanted a school to partner with. This is all about literacy. So they're bringing in the Wabash College basketball team to read to 3rd grade. They're specifically kind of targeted 3rd grade and some of the things that they'll give to them, but all of our kids will be able to see the setup. So if you want something to do on September 12th, come on out to shoot a few hoops on the side part of Sommer Elementary. We're excited about that.
Very good, thank you. Mr. Carter, anything you want to add?
Just a couple quick thank yous. One, Chris Cogwell, who's a local owner-operator of CF Fabricating, has been tremendous helping us this summer with soccer scoreboards. He helped us do a lot of fab work behind the scenes that no one knows about, but I'm really grateful for that. He's also serves on our welding advisory board, and he's also helped sub in the absence of our welding teacher, so I want to give that great guy credit. I know Mr. Zachary's helped in many different real ways, so thank you. And I know Mr. Shepard, you've been approached a few times, so thank you for your support of all of our schools, but also when in time of need comes, you guys are willing to step up. Mr. Kane, thank you to you and your family for the great 4th grade field trip. It's beautiful outside. And the lunches were great.
Yeah, I wish I could say I didn't brought the weather, but.
Yeah, good management, as I heard earlier, so that's good. But no, that was a great day. It was always fun to go out there. It's one of my favorite events of the year, but it's turnkey. And the presenters that day were sharp. They were really, really good, and it was nice not to see those hover beads just swarming all over the kids. They were gone. I don't know how to take care of that too. Yeah, highly effective, so thank you. But no, great start and a great start for a great lady this year, and we got some fun things in store to surprise Dr. Moran, so I'm grateful for that.
Be another heart attack. Before school starts.
Mr. Bolander.
Just welcome back to everyone, and congratulations, and thank you to all of our elementary schools for those Ivy scores. And it's nice to hear the solar field resolution.
Yeah.
Completed, so that's all I have.
Mrs. Happy?
Thank you. I was going to say those future readers will make the middle school and the high school's life so much better. So thank you for all your hard work. And I hope everybody has a wonderful fall, and because fall break will be here before we know.
Mr. Zachary?
I think the elementary schools for the willingness to try new things with the literacy, and I think it's pretty neat to do the stuff that you guys are doing with the football. That's pretty cool to kind of just help promote what good things is going on. We got a lot of the community there, so thank you. I appreciate your guys' hard work.
Hey, and that's a nod to you and Matt America for allowing them to come over and do that.
I just said yes.
And not,
That's all. I have to figure out the rest.
not have to pay it in. That's a
Back to this management thing, right? Back to being a good man.
Well, there's a lot of varsity coaches involved, and those varsity coaches will be taking their teams to the school to amp up that week and reading with the athletes or whoever. So it's a real true district partnership, and I'm really proud of the work that's going to happen in the celebration we can explore on. So,
Mr. Kane?
Thank you, everybody. And like everybody said, I get to meet every fourth grader that lives in this county, and the North kids that always float right to the top. So no, we had a good time. Thank you, everybody.
Welcome back. Congratulations to all you guys and all the staff and the aides, everybody, even the parents. I'm sure were heavily involved. So kudos to you for orchestrating that. Come back. That's awesome. Welcome back, and excited to see what the year holds.
I've said every single thing everyone else has said. Thank you.
I agree to that. So I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Thanks for coming in so early tonight. We appreciate it. Thank you for all of you.
That's what most of my girls that I work with, they're like, oh, it's in my car. What's the name here?
I would like to donate for the tailgate. Okay. But you need to tell me what you want. If you want burgers again, or if you need something other than that, you just email me what you want.
Perfect.
And we'll make it.
Perfect. And then, I made Hope's life a little better. So last week, we still had some left over. Teacher Appreciation Week.
Okay.
I had her, she goes, I don't have time. I know exactly what I'm so I just had to do a little meetings and had to adjust. Every one of my teachers go, this is the best way to do it. So I told them, oh my God, we got to do it this way. And she goes, okay, we're good. I can make meatballs quick.
Right. Absolutely.